Madhukar, Reddy, Managing Director and CEO of MedPlus joins us now. Let's understand how things are moving for the entire retail pharma industry. Is there a slowdown there? Is competition intensified? And now that most of the online websites are getting very profit conscious, what does that mean for a company which has got omni-channel presence? Good morning, always nice to have you back on ET Now. When we spoke to you last versus now, there seems to be a price discipline which has come on, which really has come to fore, at least for some of the online retail pharmacy companies. How exactly have the dynamics changed for the online industry, and how is that impacting a omni-channel company like yours?
Yeah, as you said earlier, they're all looking for profits right now, or at least they're looking to lose less money, I would say. So yes, there has been some, I would say, a dampening down of the promotional aspects of pharma retailing. But as I've said in the past, the overall share of the online retail is a really a small portion of the overall business. I mean, it's less than 3 to 4%. In some cities in which it is concentrated, it could be as high as 5 or 6%, but I don't think it's much more than that. Our competition, I would say, the place from where we choose, where we at least take our business, is usually from the smaller independent retailers and all. And I don't think there's been any let up on discounting or any kind of, I would say, focus on price in that sector. So for us, things have not really changed much. Our own strategy has changed. As you all know, we have launched our MedPlus brand of drugs at a 50 to 80% price off, and that's basically been gaining a lot of traction. And other part of your question, which was, is there a slowdown? I don't think there's a slowdown right now. If there's anything, it's just a seasonal kind of thing. That's all.
Yeah, actually had some issues in terms of drug license suspension on your select subsidiaries. What exactly is that, and how does that affect you?
This has always been there. It is only that we have seen that the SEBI has changed the rules a little bit. Earlier, they would say if it is of material consequence, report it. Now they're saying irrespective of that, please report it. So unfortunately, when you have 4,000 odd stores and when there is so many different drug laws to actually comply to, there are situations in which once or twice you will see some suspensions here or there. It's just that some of them have been bunched together in the last few days, but otherwise it is really nothing different. I would say the reporting rules have changed more than the actual ground reality, or at least the situation.
We spoke to you last, you said that, look, you're getting into your own generic brands, and they, in a sense, would be pitted right against the current OTC brands. What's been the response so far?
I won't say OTC because we've actually launched 500 drugs, and these are, aimed at every single therapeutic category out there. We have drugs for diabetes, hypertension, cholesterol, and everything else out there. In fact, statins and all, statins, gliptins and all. So for us, it's a wide range of drugs. What we base it on is the fact that 80% of the drugs which we sell in our stores are all off patent. Large companies make it. And some of them they make in-house, and some of them they get it done by contract manufacturers. We have the size and capability to get this done ourselves. So so we have the full range of drugs for customers who come in and believe the MedPlus brand and who understand that we have the capability of making these at the same level of quality. They stand to gain a lot by actually buying from us.
What about the diagnostic business though, Mr. Reddy? What's the expansion plan there?
On the diagnostic business?
Yes.
So right now, Hyderabad is where we want to be. The size of Hyderabad is where we want to be. In that we have gained our size, 12 centers across the city and all. I think the overall investment for us was around 120 crores. Now for the next phase, where we want to go to the next 8 cities, and this will cover, let us say, roughly around 10 crores of the population of the country. We are waiting, actually. One of the things, I'd say, we're waiting for a couple of things to fall in place before we take the next step. And part of it is the B2B traction, which we're looking at. As you know, we sell a subscription plan. What we have sold today is mainly in the B2C. We're looking to see if some B2B traction can happen.
Sure, because you're currently at an EBITDA loss, I believe. When is it that you're estimated to break even?
I'm hoping, see, the plan was for a national rollout, but gradual. We have, costs which are already there on the corporate side, and that's the reason why you're still seeing a EBITDA loss on the diagnostic side. Fact of the matter is, at the center level, almost everything which is more than 6 months is profitable. So for us, it is just a question of scale, and we're looking for the ideal time to actually go across the country. But yeah, it is nothing which is out of the ordinary. But I would say Q4 of this year or latest by Q1 of next year, we should be breaking even.
You are entering into, or you've entered into a business which is highly competitive, where the peak growth which was there post-COVID, that is behind us. It's a space which keeps on getting disrupted. Is it worth the extension for you? Because you are moving away from your core knitting, right?
So we look at ourselves as a health services business. We are basically there in the OPD side, while pharmacy is a very, very critical part of the overall out-of-hospital healthcare expense. Diagnostics also is a very critical part. We have that customer base. One of the reasons why we entered that place is because 60% of our sales come from people who continuously buy, who at least buy medicines for continuous therapy, like for thyroid disorders or diabetes or cholesterol. All these people need to get themselves checked on a continuous basis every quarter. So we had that base. That's why we went in. That's one. And by the way, our business is completely different from anything you have seen out there in the country at this point of time. It's hugely different from a Lal's Path Labs and Metropolis, which are purely biochemistry and pathology and all. We actually have the full service. We have radiology as well as pathology and all. And it is also different from someone like Vijaya and Krishna and all, because our business is purely based on a subscription model. So we, by just taking 1,000 rupees subscription fee, 1,150 a subscription fee from a person, we're able to give a 75% discount for the full year on every single test. Hugely valuable. So we are seeing a great traction for this. It's just a question of scale. We see this as a brand new business model. We're not in competition with any of the guys who are out there.
Right. Okay. Great to then have you today on the show, Mr. Reddy. Thanks so much for taking the time out.
Thank you. Thanks, bye.
Okay, that's the word coming in from MedPlus Health Management.